Hello, hello, hello. I just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year coming up for the year 2024. I think that 2023 was a really crazy year. I don't know why, but it just had so much hectic. I mean, you go from what's going on in the world, we had a lot of adversity in the world, and, it's crazy stuff. But me, I spent my year doing photography, videos, using I started off 2023 using my Canon M50 mirrorless, and it was a pretty good camera. I'm not gonna lie, still miss that camera at times. That even though I don't use it very often, just sits in a box and it's up for sale right now. And then I think around August or September, I bought a Sony A7R4, and my photography skills went through the roof. I mean, it was honestly unbelievable. The camera quality, I realized a lot. That's why a lot of the professional photographers that I do follow, they use the Sony cameras. You got so many different variations of Sony cameras, and I think it's pretty good. You know, but I'm going to walk you guys through some photos I took this year, and I was very happy, in the last winter taking photos with my Canon, and I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed the Canon, and it was so user friendly to use. And I took so many photos in the winter last year because one of my friends, she had asked me if I could show her snow because she lives in Vietnam, and so I went out and I lots of photos in the snow, and it was not hard last year because I got a Bronco Sport and it's all-wheel drive. So going into the snow country, at first I was a little skeptic, because I never took my Bronco into the snow. So I was okay. If I get stuck, this Bronco is going to get traded in. But no, it actually worked pretty good. So I continued to go back and forth into the snow, and I enjoyed that time. And unfortunately, last year in the snow, I didn't put my drone up very often because my I got a DJI Mini 3 Pro, and I really was kind of skeptical about putting that little drone up in the snow. The previous years, I had a DJI Mavic 2, and I had a Mavic 2 Air 2S. Yes, Air 2S, and I upgraded the drones because the Air 2S had a 5.4K video sensor, so I was like so impressed with it. And I could record, I think, in 5.4K at 30 frames per second, which, oh my goodness, the clarity and quality of that drone was amazing. So, today I'm just talking. I wanted to welcome everybody into 2024, and, it's the end of the year, so, I'm very pleased with the photography that I've done this year. I've learned a lot more about photography and compositions, looking for different angles, looking for different things in photography. And I really enjoyed it. It was something that I think that because years go on, it just kept getting better and better over the years. And sorry, there's a person outside right now playing their music kind of loud, so it's kind of distracting my thoughts a little because they're right in front of the door, and I want to go out there and tell them to turn that crap off. But it is what it is. And anyway, when it was the springtime, I didn't do a lot of cherry blossom photography this year because it rained a lot, and by the time I did get out to do cherry blossoms and stuff, it just was very difficult. And then in the springtime come along, I started going looking for helleborus. I started looking for different kinds of flowers that were blooming, and I did find a lot of beautiful flowers. And then as the year progressed, I started to go out in the summertime, go to different places. I went down to this place, Cape Perpetua. I went down to the Sea Lions Caves. I went to, Cape Disappointment up in Washington. And my Google map, it has so many hearts on it. And, it was just an enjoyable year for me in photography and videos and stuff like that. And I just wanted to share a lot of those in this video. So as you see, you're going to see lots of different photos, different things I went through this year. And just a little bit of basic background on me. I went to college, and then after college, I ended up moving to Arizona. I worked in legal work for about 13 and a half years, and after that I went into the private security market, and I've been doing that since. And I really enjoy photography. I really love the angles, because I started photography when I was 13. I lived in St. Helens, Oregon, and they showed me how to do like old school photography, where we used to go in a darkroom, use things, different chemicals to develop our films and stuff. So I really enjoyed that. And then when I got into high school, I worked on a high school yearbook, and my senior year I actually did the layout for our school yearbook, which really wasn't a big book, or anything. And then when I went into college in Lawrence, Kansas, I helped with the school yearbook there, just doing some of the page layouts and some of the captions and some of the let's say the narratives for each photos. It was quite a lot of work. And then in the legal profession I was doing in the past, I used to have to do a lot of evidentiary photographing. So the cameras we had back then, we started with 35 millimeters, and they were really good, as long as we had the lens that you could adjust the ISO, the aperture, and all that stuff, the shutter speed. But later on we went to digital cameras, and oh my god, the digital cameras were horrible back then. I remember back in the day we'd be bragging to each other like, I got a 5 megapixel camera. Compared to that now, you see people that have 150 megapixel cameras, and they're like, oh my goodness. So it's the camera quality's come a long way. My first Canon M50 mirrorless, that I actually bought, my first mirrorless was a Canon M50, but I was using I started with a Canon, just a Rebel first editions. It was a 10.1 megapixel. Then I went to a couple of Nikons, and I sold those off to some friends and gave one to my mom. But the Canon M50 mirrorless was 24.1 megapixel, and it was a crop sensor. So I had to learn how to work around a crop sensor. So I guess you can say when I got to Sony, I had a better understanding of using photography skills to the best. Sorry for the lighting change. My throat was getting a little dry from talking so long. But then I went to this Sony A7R4, excuse me, and it has a 61 megapixel. And if I put, if I'm trying to long lens something, I can switch it into ASPC mode, which it crops the sensor by 1.6, so it magnifies. So my longest lens is a 70 to 300 millimeter, and I'll show you lots of photos with that. It's pretty cool. But when you crop it into ASPC mode, it gives you a 480 millimeters or 450 millimeter telephoto. So it's pretty good. I think it's 1.4, 1.5, come to think of it, but either way, it was pretty good. And I've been all over Washington. I've been all over Oregon. I haven't really been out of those two states a lot, but I do, on my 3 days off, I do travel around Washington and Oregon a lot, looking for different things to shoot. And, not gonna lie, I really enjoyed a Sony. I did some long exposures recently, and I got this clicker in there, and, I can do 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 minute exposures. And, I'm starting to enjoy into the fine art photography. And the fine art photography is where you set all your settings up on your camera, and then you set your camera into bulb mode rather than a shutter speed. You set it into bulb mode, and you lock that aperture, the shutter open. And what it does is it just creates this really magnificent image. And I'm not going to lie, I really enjoy that fine art photography. And you'll see some of those photos on my video, because I'm not just going to make a video and talk. I'm also going to adjust some of the photographs into the video so you guys can see the full frame of it and you guys can enjoy. And I hope you guys really like it. A lot of YouTubers, they want you to like and subscribe to their channels. Well, I'm just making this for me, because when I get old and I want to look back at things I've accomplished in my life, I want to be able to look back and know that I created these beautiful works of art. And that's my main thing, because, I'm 52 years old now, and I'm not getting any younger, but I do want to enjoy my life better nowadays. I don't want to take things, so seriously, and I don't want to, live a life of within the means of having to be controlled on everything. So when I'm on my days off, I take a lot of photos. And as you guys seen, when I'm at work, I work night shift, so I do a lot of photos too. And I really enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. If I can get out there and get some trigger time on my camera, I'm so into it. But it's something that I really enjoy in my life. Photography, videos, from time to time I'll get my drones out and put them up, and they record at 4K 60 frames per second, and it has optical avoidance sensors, so it's an amazing drone. I really love it. I was considering upgrading my drone to a DJI Mini 4 Pro, but I was like, this Mini 3 does everything I need it to do. So you know how that goes. Why waste the money if you don't need it? But anyway, to continue on, I have a passion for photography, and with my camera, I'm not so into the videography part, because the Sony is a lot different than my Canon was, and I'm still learning the whole mechanics of the Sony, and the system's a lot different than what my Canon was. So I'm learning, and I don't normally like to make videos where I'm talking a lot, so I'm running out of things to talk about. But I hope you guys really enjoy the videos and the video that I'm going to produce, and I wish you guys all a happy 2024, and may God bless all of you guys and keep everybody safe and bring more peace to people's heart and comfort, because at the end of the day, we all are human beings to this planet, and we all need to learn how to live together and get along the best we can. And I don't make New Year's resolutions, so I don't even have a thought on what a resolution would be. But as my own personal goal is to shoot better photography and touch more people's lives with my videos and photography. And for those of you who have followed me on my gaming page or my flowers or whatever I've done, I'm very thankful, and I appreciate your support and following me. And earlier tonight, I was talking to some random guy down here in downtown Portland, and he's such a great guy. He's a pretty cool dude. And he's following me on Instagram now, so I was pretty happy, just because we had a good conversation. The guy followed me, so I was very happy, because he also gets to see the beautiful arts that I've made. And my Instagram is pandas _ journey 2828. I think that's what it is, but either way, it's something. Just look up my name. But I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'm going to end this video for now, and the next time I see you guys will be in 2024. So wish you all the best, and take care, and have a good day, and have a good evening wherever you are in the world. And thank you very much for stopping to listen to this crazy native talk. And I am a Native American Indian, and my family has been here for hundreds of years, thousands of years. We're not foreigners by any means. So I just want you guys to enjoy my homeland, but take good care of her. And thank you guys very much. Bye-bye. También, enga play.